Oh, hi. Today I'm going to, it's still the same day as my latest publication. Um, this time I will talk about biology. It might not look like that, but I am a biology student. I'm doing a master's in biotechnological engineering. And once again, I really like, and once again, I really like history, but I'm going to talk a lot about biology. Every once in a while, I'm going to publish a video about biology, trying to make sure that this YouTube channel covers lots of topics. I consider it kind of my workshop as a way to publish videos. So let's see what this can help people with. I had at least around three microbiologists, so I can speak more or less about the topic with decent clarity. I also am studying currently in a project that also kind of involves microbiology in a way. So let's start. Biology is an area of science connected with the science of life. Basically, biology literally means the science of life or the study of life itself. It comes from the Greek word biologia, and this what comes because bio is life or a living being, and logia is the study of. So the study of life itself. And so there's an amazing amount of branches within the biology area. And I'll be honest, I got somewhat disappointed with biology at some point, but I still can talk a lot about it if it's required. Plus, I am a biology student, so I know a lot about biology. Even some things that are not quite in my main memory, but I can recall them if necessary. So to start, biology, as I said, is the science of life. And we talk about various things. One of them is that there are three great kingdoms in biology. Viruses are not considered living beings. So they're not at all the same as bacteria or whatever. Those, if they exist, are misconceptions and lack of cultural knowledge in the biology sphere. So there's three great kingdoms in in existence, life. There you have the archaeobacteria, the bacteria, and then the archaeobacteria, the eubacteria, and eukaryota. These three kingdoms are divided into two kingdoms. Um, Basically, you have these three kingdoms can be considered as. Sim, sim, a net está boa. A net está boa.
Não, é isso, os códigos.
Os códigos, não.
Eu vou lá buscar. Eu tinha no escritório, alguém mas tinha aqui.
Sorry. Basically, what happens is that these three kingdoms can be turned into two kingdoms. You have well, it's a very complicated system. Not very complicated, but you know, the the archaeobacteria have very specific characteristics. They're very old, and the bacteria are also extremely old, but not as old as archaeobacteria. Archaeo comes from the Greek word archi or archaea. So that literally means some very old being, the old bacteria, the first bacterias. In fact, the first living beings were bacterias around 3,800 million years ago. So that's a long time. If you want to use the American system, it would be 3.8 billion years old of time. Because I'm Portuguese, I said 3,800 million, but it's the same thing, just a different metric. It's kind of ironic. Just a moment. It's kind of ironic as Americans don't use the metric system. Still, it makes sense either way. Sorry. So what happens is that there are a lot of topics I can talk about this for hours if I wanted to. I- as biology is covered, there's an amazing amount of knowledge to be shared with. Um, the bacteria are important to us, even if just for the purpose of knowing how to defend ourselves from them, because bacteria kill a lot more people than and smaller organisms, even the more complex ones, kill more people than sharks. Sharks kill at most six attack. There's only like six attacks per year or something, depending on the area, maybe more. But and smaller animals like bees kill a lot more people than sharks. Mosquitoes are even worse than bees in that regard. But bees are the most important animal in the world, other than humans, of course. Um, yeah, it's scientifically proven that bees are very important because of the pollination and because of honey and other products like bee venom is incredibly important for it's being heavily studied at the moment so that we can discover materials that will help with human health treatments. It's called apitherapy. So let's write a bit more here. It's kind of interesting that I'm talking about biology in the History Channel. But like I said, this is kind of my workshop. I will do all sorts of videos and talking about these different topics, and I welcome everyone to comment and help me understand more about these topics. So what happens is that there's a lot of things I can talk about biology. Again, sorry for being repetitive sometimes. I really need to improve my presentation skills. But what happens there are is that microbiology specifically is very important because a lot of what humans are basically bacteria, proteins, and if we know how to interact with the microorganisms in this world, we'll be a lot healthier, and we'll be healthier. We will be more secure. We will have less worries. We'll still have some worries like war and things like that, but ultimately we'll be much better for it than if we don't know anything about microbiology. We wouldn't be able to do much. Just the fact that we're alive is a work of microbiology and biology in general. So now let's talk about other things. For example, the plants. The plants can be used to curate to create a huge variety of medicines that are very useful for human health. Of course, not all not all plants are good for the human health, as some teas, some herb drinks can be very dangerous for the human organism. And this is not good for us if we find the wrong plants and we don't have the enough knowledge. We'll be putting ourselves in risk, and this is important to have in mind. Okay, so what I'm going to say next. Ultimately, ultimately, biology is one of the most important areas of knowledge because it literally concerns with our existence. There's a branch of biology called literally human biology. I had one of those disciplines in my bachelor's degree, and I consider it to be quite one of my favorite biologies because I really am focused a lot in humans. That's my one of my areas of knowledge, one of my the areas that I like more, and I'm especially focused, interested in higher birth rate, especially in more specific populations. But high birth rate in general is good as long as it's to controlled to a degree that doesn't exceed the handling capacity of the environment. Still, I'm not so worried for now. I'm not too much of an alarmist of overpopulation or anything. We just have to be more cautious, but we don't need to be alarmed at this topic. After all, nature can handle a lot of things, and compared with nature and this world, we're nothing. Not even the greatest human is comparable to the planet Earth as a whole. And yeah, I think that that is mostly what I wanted to say in this stream. In short time, I'm going to make another stream, and this time again about history again, or perhaps about languages. So, yeah, that's all for now. If anyone is interested, you can leave a you can put a like in my videos. If you don't like it, don't put a like. You choose. All I want is to share information, and if I say anything, any mistake, please correct me, because I'm not perfect. I'm constantly trying to update my skills. Um, some people do it better, but as I said, I'm not perfect. What I want is to be a better person and more knowledge and become more knowledgeable with time. And don't be afraid to criticize me if you really want to. Still, I want you to be respectful to me, just as I will be respectful to anyone that comments, unless they say something horrible that nobody should hear or something. Otherwise, but most of the time, I'll be respectful, and I hope you are respectful to me as well. The goal of this channel is to share information and, to be honest, to also pass some of my time and talk about topics that I want and to reach a larger audience. But for now, I'm satisfied with the visualizations I'm getting. The sites per day are encouraging. I have seen currently, and it will is like two or some visualizations in my latest video, the one before this one, and I already seen 14 or 17 in my first video, so I'm very happy for that. Uh, I also saw that I had or have at the moment. I hope I still have one subscriber, and I can't say how pleased I am with that. It's so good to have someone that appreciates my content, is here to listen to what I have to say, and I don't mind if you and I don't mind if you click out of the video. It's your choice. Um, well, see you later. Bye, everyone.